If you enjoy conversations like this, you'll love the Proprium Digital Network. It's a community where digital service founders get tools, templates, weekly insights, and behind the scenes guidance on building systems the right way. If you want to stop building systems alone and start building with support, join us at proprium.agency. Hello, everyone. I'm Laura. I'm Proprium CEO, and this is Judita, my lovely co host, that's also our junior consultant.
Hi everyone. Like Laura said, I'm Yudita, and basically, here at Proprium, I work as a growth and client operations consultant, and I am so excited that you're here with us today because we have some really exciting news to share.
The topic for today is basically something new that we have launched. Hopefully, you will join us. So, Judita, what are we talking about today?
So, something I am honestly like really excited about because PDN, what we're actually talking about, is not, some program or offer. It's something that we really built for like a long time. We really thought it out. We work, like many of you as well, we work with so many service businesses that struggle with operations where they have messy workflows, many tools, things break down in the background. And we kept thinking, there has to be a way to give people access to what we know without them needing to hire us for like a full project. And that's really what this Proprium Digital Network actually is and is all about.
I love the way you described it because this was 2 years in the making. We didn't just launch a community, we had a few different focus groups that we tested this on. We have founding members that trust enough in this project that joined immediately. And we want to present this to everybody to think about using this as your, I would even say, like asset in your business in a way that you would get access to other entrepreneurs that you can talk to. You would get access to Proprium Agency team, and you would get access to knowledge that we have accumulated over the past 8 years on over 400 plus projects. And while we love what we do, we have a limited amount of projects we can do per year with the number of us that are in the company. We would love to do, millions of projects, but even, when we start hiring more, that is not possible that fast. So we were always thinking about entrepreneurs that are doing this themselves, just like we did in the beginning of Proprium. And it's very lonely. It's not just that it's hard sometimes to automate your business, but it's also very lonely. And when you can talk about it, brainstorm with others, and when you can hear more about others' processes, you can hear more about how it's done in different companies, you can definitely find a way to figure out for yourself what you can do. And this will even speed you up. So, over the past few years, what our customers and clients usually tell us is that we've not just help them with what we've done during the digital transformation process, but we've saved them hours of preparation, of figuring out the tools, of watching YouTube videos, of making mistakes, choosing the wrong software, understanding where and how that they should start with their processes. And we've tried to, I would say, mold Proprium Digital Network in a way that is something that's self-paced, that you have our support every workday of the week, and that you can also have some sort of videos that you can watch, templates that you can use, even though we are not big fan of templates. But you have to start with something. You can't learn any software without looking at how it should look like built out, if that makes sense. So with all of that in mind, we want to present to you Proprium Digital Network. We're very proud of it. Our team tried to kind of shorten this in a way that makes sense, and we are very happy to officially present that we are launching Proprium Digital Network. So we've imagined Proprium Digital Network as your monthly operating system for building smarter digital business. So, what is Proprium Digital Network? So, that's basically a private membership for digital founders who don't just want advice, they don't want a template, they don't want somebody to do this for them. They want to understand their processes, and they want to get their business out of their head while they're starting to grow and hire and establish their team. People who should join are people who want momentum, clarity, accountability, and real systems that work. And when I say systems, I don't just mean software. We're talking about your whole operating system of your business. So, the way you do every single process, procedure, everything that's happening inside of your business. So, this is not a course, it's not a generic coaching offer. This is basically what we love to call on demand implementation brain. So you're struggling with, for example, ClickUp or HubSpot or Airtable or SmartSuite or Notion or any of those tools. You have to ask somebody a question, and you can't always go to support or an expert because you don't know what you don't know, if that makes sense. Like, how do you even ask a question for a feature that you don't know what it's called? You can't even search for it, you can't figure it out. And sometimes you have to give so much context to somebody in order for you to get basically an explanation or an answer, and you don't have a space for that. There's no space unless you hire a consultant or somebody to work with, and that can get costly basically. So what do you get in the community as a member? You get the biggest perk, first of all, is the ongoing access to us for any questions on software selection, system architecture, automations, CRM project operations, setup, and scaling processes. Then we have 2 times per month live coaching workshops in duration of 60 to 90 minutes, where we set up real systems, improve workflows, automate tasks, and fix broken processes with your actual problems. So you bring them to us, or we give an example. And then what we think is one of the biggest things is the founder network of digital business builders tackling the same challenges, relevant peer support, and accountability and direction to move from I should do this to it's done. Because if you don't schedule it in your calendar, you're not gonna do any work on your business. We are all busy. You're working with clients, you have a million things happening per day. And if you don't book a time in your calendar to do something like this, you will always postpone it. And then when the company grows, it's gonna just create more issues, basically. So, what's so different about this? Well, we teach you how to architect systems that scale. We don't just choose software. We don't jump with software. We don't say this software is going to solve all of your problems. Just go with that. We first prepare your business for choosing any software. We are also here to help you make smart decisions independently. So, we want to give you informed decision making, and we don't want to solve this for you. We really want you to understand your business and for you to enable its growth, basically. So, the membership is for digital founders who are building their software stack, who want to do this themselves, who want to optimize the architecture, and who want their systems to work together intelligently. Usually, we charge in this price range our 1 hour consulting session. So, if you work with us, your minimum investment would be price per hour if we start the collaboration. And what we envisioned is for that price to basically be a monthly price for this access to this community, because we want you to have success with what you're building, and support, and then also networking and accountability from other. When you join, when you click on this link, when you go on proprium.agency/proprium minus digital minus network, you're gonna see a lot of the things that we've shown you in this PDF, but you're gonna also see some more things that can help you make a decision. So we believe very much in this product, if I might say, because we think that we have distilled everything we know about building operations for service businesses. And between all the templates and the live coaching and direct access to us, this is going to grow with you as members. So it's not going to be rigid, and whatever feedback we get, it's going to be a two-way conversation, and we are going to completely change either some parts of it, or we're going to update it, or we're going to provide additional and extra help there. We really believe that with the power of a group, you can have more ideas, and you can even, make business friends, business relationships. Maybe some people even start to collaborate, which is one of our hopes for this. So, Judith, back to you related to Proprium Digital Network. What do you want to add?
Yeah, I really loved how you emphasize that it's like a really two-way communication and it's really based on that. And I think what's really powerful about PDN, it's not, it's content. It's basically you have the access to the people and to other people's, minds and creative processes. And this network, it's not for you to just go and download different templates and just hope they will work. You can actually ask questions. You can, bring your real setup and your real problems, bottlenecks, and you can get feedback from people who built this system, like Laura said, like hundreds of times. And I feel like if you're someone who wants to build your own systems but doesn't want to reinvent everything like from the scratch, I think this is really built for you. This is, I feel like where it becomes very practical. These aren't just theoretical examples, these are the actual structures we've built for other agencies, consultancies, and service businesses over the past 8+ years.
Yeah.
And instead of spending weeks out and trying to figure out how to structure ClickUp or how to document your onboarding properly, you can just duplicate something that already works and adapt it to your business. So you're basically not starting from zero. You're starting from proven foundations, and that I feel like that alone can save you months.
And I just want to add to that, why templates? The goal is not templates. The goal is not showing you're going to
Yes.
get templates. That's a bonus because you have to see something that you never have made in order to get ideas. I love templates to get ideas. What I usually see in our consulting work is that there are a few issues. First, people don't know how to choose software and they use something that somebody told them to use, either who is selling that software or a friend that's using it and it's working for them, and you don't actually have time to kind of like sit down and look into all the features. So when they start implementing anything on their own, few months down the road something happens that shows them that this software that they chose might not be the best one they could use for their use case, or some things start being very rigid. They can't change stuff, they can't get information that they want to get in the format that they want to get, etc. And you can't know all of those things upfront unless you already know at least part of your processes there. So we want to teach you the proper way, I would say, of looking at your business first without jumping into quick fixes. Then we also want to be able to provide office hours, guest sessions, hot seats where we can look at your setups. We can help you decide, do you really need these three softwares or you can use features in something else. We also want you to have direct access to ask questions because not just us will answer, everybody else in the community will also answer. And it's going to be much more easier for you while you're working on this. And as entrepreneurs, we are going to work on this outside of our work hours, weekends, so you're not going to always get somebody from customer support to reply, or you're not going to get somebody from a forum of some sort to reply, where it's official ways of communicating with the software representatives. So sometimes you want an answer from somebody who's already done it, who has experience and all of that. And then we also want to help with strategy. So whoever is going to use Proprium Digital Network with annual membership is going to get personalized roadmap and strategy sessions with our experts. You're looking at two on the call. So this is not something that you're going to join and then somebody else works with you. You're actually working with me, with Judita, with everybody else in our team. And we're going to have deep dives on specific tools. So even if you chose correctly for yourself, you will still need some sort of help with any of those tools that you are using. We want to offer case studies from real implementations without mentioning any, of course, information that will give out details basically for the project itself. But we're planning to have some fun with like how we'd fix this. Like we call it like teardowns, basically updates when tools change, because we watch all of those so you don't have to. So we track every time every software has an update, what's new, what's on the roadmap. So we're going to be able to help with those. And then priority access when and if you're ready for a full implementation from our side. That also is something that I would definitely love to emphasize there. And we have our lovely customers that provided their views. So usually this is what people say, that we keep them on track, that we ensure they're getting value, and that we are making sure they're not drowning in YouTube videos and trying to entangle this themselves. And what I love about this second one is when our customers said that we were the only ones to go deeper into the situation prior to software. So this is how we usually work, and this is how we ensure that then implementation later on is basically done properly. So, Judita, do you have anything else to add?
Just that if this resonates with you, and I hope it does. I really genuinely hope that you will join us, and together we will build great things.
Thank you so much. And if you want more information, please message us on LinkedIn or email us at hello@proprium.agency, and we can jump on a virtual coffee and discuss this. If you enjoy conversations like this, you'll love the Proprium Digital Network. It's a community where digital service founders get tools, templates, weekly insights, and behind the scenes guidance on building systems the right way. If you want to stop building systems alone and start building with support, join us at proprium.agency.